Hi everyone. Today we've got a little flow to try to help us with heating up our bodies, because if you're starting to feel like I am a little bit restless, being at home a lot, not getting your body moving enough, it can be really helpful physically and mentally just to kind of get out of your head into your body. Also a little bit of work through the spine, through the arms. We want to heat up a little bit. So if you have any blocks or a book or something, it might be handy to grab it, otherwise we can make do. So let's get started. We'll start standing today. Coming into our mountain pose, so bringing the base of the big toes to touch. Pulling the kneecaps up the legs. And just allowing the palms to face in front of you, shutting down the eyes, nice broad chest. Slightly tucked through the chin. And just staying here for around 30 seconds or so, starting to really observe the breath. Imagining length starting to form through the spine. Feeling your feet firmly grounded into the earth, and feeling the lightness and the upward pull of your body all the way up through to the crown of your head. Feel yourself becoming lighter on your feet as you do this. And breathe easy. Just allow the breath to flow in and out organically. Notice if you feel like you're getting stuck somewhere. And just be patient with yourself. Allow yourself to just roll through it. I like to take 3 deep sighs, in through the nose, out through the mouth. A lot of people are really hesitant to do this in a group environment, but the beauty of us practicing in our own homes is we can make as much noise and take up as much space as we like. So 2 more breaths like this. In through the nose, imagining the breath going deep into your belly, and out through the mouth. 1 more. Staying here for 3 more breaths, becoming longer, becoming taller, becoming more spacious. Welcoming the breath into the belly and imagining the belly expanding as you inhale. And then slowly releasing that breath out through your mouth. Slowing down the central nervous system. 1 more full breath here, remembering to always honor your breath throughout your practice. If you stop breathing or you notice your breath is becoming stifled, stop, pull back, take a rest, press pause. At the end of your exhalation, inhaling, slowly opening the eyes, inhaling the palms up and overhead, looking up, lengthening through the fingertips. Exhaling, coming down through the center line, nice and slow. 2 more of these in time with your own breath. Inhaling, bending into the knees now, palms up overhead, exhaling, down through the center. 1 more. Inhaling, palms up, look up, exhaling, down through the center. From here, we're going to bring our feet to hip width apart. Hands come to the hips, and the left toes are going to come behind the right ankle. Inhaling, left hand high. Exhaling, facing the palm out. Right hand comes to take hold of the left wrist. And then we come into a side stretch, looking out underneath our right armpit. 3 breaths here. Really breathing into the space between your ribs on your left side of your body. Inhaling Inhaling here and exhaling, stepping back to center, swapping the arms over so right palm turns to the out, left hand takes hold of the right wrist. We step our left foot behind, our right foot behind our left, reaching over to the left side now. And looking out underneath our left armpit. 3 breaths. Nice and open through the chest, the belly, breathing between the space between the ribs. 1 more breath. Inhaling here and then exhaling, stepping back, feet come to hip width apart. Now bring the feet a little bit wider. Bringing the feet a little bit wider, out to 45 degrees. Inhaling, palms up overhead. Exhaling down, we're going to come either into a half squat if that's all your range of movement will allow. Otherwise, if you can come all the way down, coming down. Inhaling, palms up. 2 more in time with your own breath. Exhaling either halfway down or all the way into your malasana, your low squat. Inhaling up. Exhaling down, slowly, mindfully, feeling into each movement. And then staying here, 2 breaths. Pushing strongly out through the elbows, broad through the chest. Inhaling here and then exhaling, fingertips to the earth, keeping a nice bend through the knees. Coming into our Uttanasana, forward fold, turning the toes in, taking hold of either elbow. Nice generous bend through the knees for now. Allowing, creating like a shelf with your thighs for your belly. So you want to have good contact here between your belly and your thighs. Allowing a nice decompression to happen through the spine. So we don't want to be doing this, trying to straighten our legs. Bend, create contact, and come down. 2 more breaths. Shift your weight from side to side. Start to really feel into your lower spine. You should feel a nice little popping sensation as your spine starts to decompress. So making sure we're focusing on that contact between belly and thighs. Releasing your head and neck, swaying the head from side to side. Exhaling here when you're ready. And then inhaling, scooping the palms up, coming all the way back into your mountain pose. Exhale, Tadasana. From here, coming back through our mountain pose, we're going to go through a sun salutation. So taking whatever options work for you, I will give you 2 different variations. So either gentle, a little bit stronger for those of you who want to generate a little bit more heat through the body. So when you're ready, base of the big toes touching, squeezing the thighs together, tailbone tucking under, belly button in, chest is broad. Flaring the palms to the front of you or inside, depending on what your shoulders want to do. Slightly tucking through the chin, lengthening strongly through the crown of the head. 1 breath. And then when you're ready, inhaling, palms up. Palms come to touch overhead, look up. Exhale, soft knees, swan, diving down. Inhale, look forward, lengthen forward, palms to the thighs, flat back. Exhale, touch down, step back into your plank. Option to drop the knees here if you want a gentler version. Otherwise, coming down to your chaturanga and then into your upward facing dog. If this is too much for you, option 2, knees to the mat, chest all the way down, coming up into baby cobra. So when you're ready, exhaling, hips up and over, coming back into your downward facing dog, staying here for 3 breaths. Pedaling out through the heels, shoulders wrapping away from the ears, release your head and neck, make sure you're letting go completely of any tension through your neck. All 10 fingers spread nice and wide on the mat. The wrists are in line with the shoulders and there's a slight bend here, so I'm not locking out my elbows. Slight bend through the elbows. Nice generous bend through the knees. One more breath. At the end of your exhalation, looking forward between the hands, step, walk, or jump between the hands. Inhale, look forward, lengthen forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, scooping the palms up overhead. Exhale, down to Tadasana. Well done. We're going to come through the initial part of this one more time. So when you're ready, inhaling, palms up overhead. Exhale, soft knees, swan diving down, flat spine. Inhale, look forward, lengthen forward. Exhale, touch down through the hands. Stepping back into your plank, option to drop the knees. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. 3 more breaths. Checking in with your alignment, making sure that there's a bend through your elbows. 1 more breath. At the end of your exhalation, looking up between the hands, step, walk, or jump. The feet up to the top of the mat. Inhale, look forward, lengthen forward. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Staying here for a breath. Inhale, scooping the hands up overhead, reaching up high, palms together. Exhale, mountain pose. Well done. From here, I'm going to lift up and out of my right hip as I prepare to ground onto my right foot and lift my left. So palms to the heart center. Nice broad chest, nice and strong through the right supporting foot. Exhaling completely. When you're ready, inhaling, dorsiflexing the left toes as you inhale that left knee up. Holding it there, feeling that pulling up and out of my right hip. As we exhale, we're going to come through into Warrior 3. So starting to dip the chest forward. As I slowly lean forward, extend that foot behind me. Once you're here, parallel to the earth, extending your arms by your sides. Lost my balance there. This is a balancing pose. So feel free to hold on to something. Otherwise, you can come fingertips to the earth or blocks in front of you here. 2 more breaths. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Inhaling here, and then on the exhalation, we're going to slowly and gracefully touch down behind us with that left foot coming into our crescent lunge. If you need to move that right knee slightly to the right, go ahead and do so. Interlacing the fingers, palms facing each other behind the back. We're going to puff through the chest and shine the heart slightly forward. When I say shine the heart, resist the urge to look up, even though it would be quite hard to balance there. So you're probably not tempted to anyway. So shining the heart up and keeping the neck as an extension of the spine. 2 more breaths. Opening up strongly through the heart. 1 more breath. At the end of your exhalation, slightly bending into your elbows before you release that grip. Pivot your left toes out to run parallel to the back of the mat. We want a heel to arch alignment here between the right heel and the left foot. When you're ready, extending your arms wide. 2 breaths in Warrior 2. At the end of your exhalation, flicking that right palm, inhaling, right palm comes up toward the ceiling as left palm comes down toward the back of the knee. 2 breaths. You want to try to stay low here. It's really going to burn through your knee, but this is kind of the point here. Inhaling here and then exhaling, coming over into your extended side angle. Right knee comes to the right elbow to knee rather. Inhaling, left hand up and over. Right palm facing up, and we're rotating our chest toward the ceiling. 3 breaths here. So you want to feel that rotation through the torso, keeping your chin tucked, making sure we're protecting our neck. Straight line between my left foot and my left hand, making sure a lot of people tend to do this in this pose. So we want to have that straight diagonal. One more breath. At the end of your exhalation, turning down to face your right knee, planting the palms, stepping back, coming into your downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. If you need to take a little rest here, now's a good time to rest. One more breath. At the end of your exhalation, looking up between the hands, step, walk, forward, jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, look forward, lengthen the spine forward, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Taking a gentle little sway here, you can walk the feet out to hip width apart. One more breath. At the end of your exhalation, inhaling palms up, overhead. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Beautiful. I'm going to go through the other side now. So grounding down through your left foot, preparing to lift the right. When you're ready, hands to the heart center, inhaling right knee up. Dorsiflexing those right toes, so pulling them back toward the knee. Exhaling, starting to drop the chest, come forward into your warrior 3. And once you get here, extending the arms by your sides. It is a balancing posture, so if you need to hop up and down off of that back foot, that's totally fine as well. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Inhaling here, and on the exhalation, we're going to touch down gently with that back foot. Walking that left knee a little bit further out if you need to, coming into our crescent lunge. Palms facing each other behind the back, interlacing the fingers and extending those arms down, puffing the chest. Keeping the chin tucked, we're not looking up. Chin stays, the neck stays as an extension of my spine. Left knee over left ankle, so you should just be able to see your left big toe popping out from behind that left knee. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. At the end of your exhalation, slowly bending into your elbows before gently releasing, pivoting that right foot to run parallel to the back of the mat, coming into our warrior 2. 2 breaths here. At the end of your exhalation, flipping the front palm, inhaling with left hand high, right hand low. 2 breaths, trying to stay low with that left knee. 1 more breath. Inhaling here and then exhaling, windmilling all the way over left elbow to left knee, left palm facing up, and creating that straight diagonal from right foot to right fingertips. Opening that right shoulder open and rotating your torso toward the sky, tucking the chin. 2 more breaths. Feeling strong and lengthened. Really embracing that heat that's coming into the body. Appreciating, this is the beauty of the asana of yoga, the yoga poses, taking you out of your head and you have nowhere to go but into your body. At the end of your exhalation, turning to face the left knee, popping the hands onto the mat, stepping back, coming into your downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. If you want to take a little breather here, now's the time to come down, come into your child's pose. Otherwise, staying up, downward facing dog. You can press pause, remember, at any point. So I do need to move quite quickly through things, otherwise I run out of recording time. So feel free to pause and take breaks when you need to, as long as you come back. One more breath here. At the end of your exhalation, looking up between your hands, stepping the right foot up between your hands and turning to face the left side of your mat. Standing up tall, both feet turned out to 45 degrees. Nice and wide. From here, we're going to come into cactus arms. So elbow in line with the shoulders, palms flaring in front of you. Inhaling here, and then exhaling, coming down. We're going to come into our goddess pose. We're tucking the tailbone under here. So we're not sticking the butt out, tucking tailbone under, pulling belly button in, shoulders away from the ears. When you're ready, inhaling, coming up, coming into a star shape, extending hands and legs, exhaling, coming down, cactus arms, bent knees. 2 more. Inhale, wide, coming into a star shape. Exhale, coming down. Trying to bring your pelvis in line with your knees if you can. It is a tough pose, so just do your best. Inhaling, exhaling, coming down. At the end of your third exhalation, bringing the hands onto either knee. I'm going to inhale, push down through both hands, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, I'm going to drop my right shoulder into the middle and look toward the inside of my left knee. 2 breaths. Inhaling, coming back to center, pushing down through the hands, lengthening through the spine. Exhaling, dropping my left shoulder. Looking toward the inside of my right knee. At the end of your exhalation, coming back to center. From here, bringing the toes, turning the toes in, heels out, fingertips to the earth, and walking your hands away from you. Bend into your knees here generously. Walk your hands away from you, coming into a wide angle, downward facing dog, and allow your head to drop. So you want to have your arms nice and lengthened, and then that way you can start to pull back with your hips. And remembering to bend. So I can't see perfectly here, but I'm really bending back here. And you can afford to pull back with your hips because you have all of this top weight extended in front of you. So 2 more breaths here. One more breath. At the end of your exhalation, slowly drawing the hands back towards you, placing your left hand directly underneath your face. Inhaling, right arm up, looking up toward the right hand, otherwise down toward the left if it's too much for your neck. 3 breaths here. Twisting from your belly button. If you feel like you can go a little bit further, you can bring that right hand up and over behind your back. Otherwise, a little bit further again. You can try to find your left hip crease with your right hand. Twisting from your belly button, 1 more breath. Beautiful detoxification. Exhaling, releasing that hand high and all the way back down to center. Right hand replaces the left. When you're ready, inhaling, left hand high. If this is too much for you, you can just come hand right. Bring your left hand to your lower back. Option to stay here, otherwise bringing the back of your hand to your lower back. Or option 3, trying to fish that hand around to find your right hip crease. Or send it off in search of your right hip crease, and it may not find it, but that's fine. It's the journey. 2 more breaths. Twisting from your belly button. 1 more breath. And then slowly releasing your bind and exhaling, left hand down. From here, walking the hands a little bit closer to you now. Soft in your knees, so bending as much as you need to still through your knees. Walking your hands underneath your shoulders and bringing the crown of the head toward the earth. 2 breaths here. Release any tension through your spine. Nice square shoulders, so pushing the earth away from you gently. One more breath. And when you're ready, turning to face your right foot, coming to the front of the mat once again. Stepping back into your downward facing dog. Pedaling out the heels. Almost about to come down, so stay with me. Option to stay here and just chill out here for 3 breaths. Otherwise, if you're feeling a little bit limbo and up for it, bringing your right hand to the back of your left shin or ankle. Coming into a twisted downward facing dog. Making sure that this supporting arm is not completely locked out. Twisting from your belly button. 2 more breaths. At the end of your exhalation, changing hands. Inhaling here and then exhaling to twist. Left hand comes to the back of the right leg or back of the right ankle. The gaze is underneath the right armpit now. 2 more breaths. You can have a bend through your legs here too. A lot of people put pressure on themselves to have perfectly straight legs in down dog. Don't worry about it. It comes later. At the end of your exhalation, coming back into your full downward facing dog, touching down onto your knees. And coming down to lay down. How much time have we got left? Not long. So from here, we're going to come all the way down. I'm going to face this way so you can see. All the way down, hugging the knees into the chest, giving yourself a little roll from side to side, gentle massage. Bring the hands out wide, extending the feet up, strongly pushing the feet together, palms facing down in line with your shoulders. From here, we're going to come into a little bit of a strong twist. So inhaling here, and then on the exhalation, we're going to start to lower both feet toward the earth, seeing how far down we can go, trying to keep the feet more aligned, less with the hips. It is a challenge. Once you get to the point where you just can't hold them anymore, bend into the knees and come into your side twist. Turning to face the left fingertips. The right hand can come to the outside of the left knee for an added little bit of weight through the twist. A couple of deep breaths here. Breathing deeply into the belly and feeling that full surrender through your body into the twist. When you're ready, popping the right and left hand palms down onto the earth once again. Bring the knees back to center, keeping the knees bent. Once you come back to center, extending both feet high, keeping the ankles together, and exhaling left feet down toward the earth, keeping them together as far as you can with control, and then bending into the knees. Coming into your twist on the other side, left hand comes to the outer edge of the right knee, and looking over your right fingertips, twisting from your belly button. So I am going to quite quickly kind of come into our final pose. If you feel really good in these twists, which I do, and you want to stay here for longer, feel free, pause, twist as long as you like. You can never be in a twist for too long. Well, you can. As long as it feels good, your body will tell you how much you need. But because I have a time limit, I'm going to come to an end. So coming back to center, if you, like I do, have a wall in front of you, scoot your hips up against that wall, and we're going to end our practice with feet up against the wall. It's a beautiful restorative pose. You're in an inversion technically, so you get all of the health benefits of an inversion, stimulated through the brain, detoxification. softening completely. If you're working on flexibility, on your hip flexibility, or you feel the need and you'd like to kind of open up through the hips, you can bring the legs wide here. And then just mindfully softening down, surrendering deeply into the earth. Softening all the way from the crown of the head to the soles of the feet. The jaws and the lips are slightly parted. The eyes are heavy in the skull. The throat and the chest, the abdomen, the organs of the abdomen feel spacious, light. Hips are heavy, heavily grounded into the earth. Each and every vertebra, each and every bone through your spine is melting down, connecting with the earth. Fingertips are light, weightless. Legs are completely released. Soles of the feet are soft. You can barely feel them. Toes are completely weightless. And here we breathe into the space all around us. Feeling deeply connected with the earth, the energy, all other living things in the universe. Feeling comforted. Seriously, I'll leave you here to fully enjoy your Shavasana for as long as you possibly can. A lot of us have a lot of time to fill, so it's extremely nourishing. So take that time, stay here, spend 10 minutes here if you can. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. See you next time.